2NURFM.com, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.
So we've got with us a senior lecturer at the University of Newcastle, Tracy Burrows, and we're talking about food addiction today and where that leads us to. Tracy, tell us about some food addictions.
Well, food addiction's a little bit preliminary at the moment, so it's a kind of first of its kind of study happening at the University of Newcastle. But basically it's based on some research around that there's similar responses shown in the brain to what you see in other forms of more common addictions like alcohol and like illicit drugs. So some foods can be seen as addictive substances.
So things like, you get addicted, you feel like you're addicted to pizza, chocolate, ice cream. Does it trigger in your mind a comfort level for you or something that makes you feel okay? That's why we get addicted to it?
It's a little bit more scientific than that.
Yeah.
It's there's a few different pathways in your brain, and one of them's to do with reward. So some foods, which we aren't actually quite certain which foods are, because I'm sure your listeners would agree, some would probably think it's chocolate, some thinks it's junk food, some thinks it's takeaway. But there's probably a few listeners out there that might think it's cheese, or they might think it's broccoli, and there's quite a few unusual addictions. So we've kind of been doing a little bit of research to find out what specific foods would be most related to food addiction if it exists.
But the worst part about it, of course, with food addictions is it leads to obesity, and it's a major problem in the hunter.
Yeah, it is a major problem in the hunter, particularly for children and adults. And we know that the services that people can seek often have quite extensive waiting lists. So we're actually undertaking another research study at the moment to actually ask families of the hunter what they would actually like if we were to build a online intervention program for them. So what they would like using the internet or using smartphones, so that they don't have to take time off work to go and see a dietitian or to see a physiotherapist, for example.
Because with this major obesity problem in the hunter, it's leading to long waiting lists to get in to see a nutritionist in our area, isn't it?
Yep. So essentially there's probably, we know, for free services to see a dietitian, the waiting lists are over a year.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, and we know that people's usage of the internet and usage of smartphones and things like that is increasing in Australia and in the hunter region. So we're looking to use those type of formats to deliver a service to those people.
Now, who can get involved? Because you're looking for volunteers to be part of this.
Yes.
So our listeners are listening right now. Who would meet the criteria and could maybe get involved and utilising smartphones and the computer be part of what you're doing?
Yeah, sure. So basically we're looking for anyone who's got a child between the ages of 4 and 18 years, because it doesn't necessarily have to be just about trying to look at your child's weight. It's about creating a healthier lifestyle for the family. So getting the mum and the father involved, as well as the children, just getting them more active or making them eat a little bit more healthily. So it's quite broad. So anyone who's got a child aged 4 to 18 years.
So is it fair to say what you're looking for is to find out, those people who've got the child between 4 and 18, what they have as a weekly food, what they're eating, where they're at, so you can get a snapshot of what's going on?
And actually what they would like. So whether they would like a formalised program where they have to log onto the computer, or whether they'd like to just have a login where they can go and access the information whenever they want. So whether that be after work or before work, everything.
Do you think that's what it is, Tracy? Are people looking for more guidance or more assistance or more support? Do you think they like that?
I think they are looking for more support, because I think there is quite a few questions that parents often have. And, they might think their question's small, but it might actually be a larger problem than what they think. So we're using the internet, obviously, just because we know otherwise parents have got to go and take time off if they don't feel their child eats enough vegetables, or if their child's a really fussy eater. So, yeah.
Okay, now how can we get involved? We're listening now. They're listening to the radio thinking, I've got a child. I wouldn't mind getting involved if it can help me out and I can do it on the computer or on the smartphone.
So we basically have an online survey. So it's currently available on the University of Newcastle blog site, but I can provide the link if we want to after the show. So it's an online survey that will probably take maybe 15 minutes to complete, and anyone who goes in to complete it has the opportunity to win a couple of vouchers that we've got up for grabs. So as a little bit of an incentive for them to complete the survey and thank you for participating for us.
And what about a phone number if they wanted to call maybe your office or somewhere to find out more details, have a quick call on the phone?
Yeah, sure. So my office number is 4921 5514, and I'm happy for them to send me an email and I can provide them with the link as well. But yeah, it's only a short survey, about 15 minutes, so we'd really encourage your listeners to
How long will you see this going for, the survey that you're doing?
We're leaving the survey open for about a month. Sort of
Okay.
thing. So hopefully we'll capture quite a large audience in that time frame, because online surveys tend to quite snowball, if you like.
yeah.
So probably in the next month, if people could fill it in, that would be fantastic.
That sounds great. And if you needed those details and you missed them, I'll have the phone number here at 2NURFM where you can give Tracy a quick call. And we'll also have that link. It's at the 2NURFM. It's on the University of Newcastle website. If you go there, it's an offshoot from that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called the blog site. So,
the blog site.
Yeah, but I can provide it if
We'll have that at the front desk. So if you are interested, and I'm sure you would be in getting involved in this, all you have to do is give us a call at 2NURFM on 49215555. We'll have those details, how you can find out more details from what Tracy's working on. Thank you for dropping in today, Tracy.
No worries whatsoever.
Joining us from the University of Newcastle, Senior Lecturer in Nutrition and Dietetics, Tracy Burrows.